So, hello Rotary family. I am Saloni Bhagwani, and today we have with us Amy Hopkins, who is an immediate past president and also a Rotary staff member. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Saloni.
So, Amy, let's start with the first segment, which is Rotary Bingo. And I'll be just asking you 10 questions, very like rapid fire, and you let us know so the audience can know more about you. Okay. Amy, how many conventions have you attended?
2. I've been to Toronto and Melbourne.
Amazing. Amy, please name the leadership positions you have served in Rotary.
Oh my goodness, that's a list. So you mentioned immediate past club president. I've done that twice. I've served as club membership chair twice. I'm serving in that role now. Club foundation chair, past district public image chair, and I'm currently in my 4th year as our district's learning facilitator, which is the new term for district trainer, as we're moving towards more of a learning aspect than a training aspect.
Oh, goodness. So people, there are many more positions one can serve. Amy, how many languages can you speak?
Fluently English, but just barely passable French and Spanish.
All right. How long have you been in Rotary?
I've been in Rotary for almost 7 years now. Officially, my mother's been a Rotarian since 1999, so I call myself a Rotary legacy of. I've been around it for a while, but a member for 7 years and a staff member for just over a year.
Nice. So for 7 years, and it's a very long time, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you going in Rotary?
All types of things. People always talk about the service, which is great. Our club, we call ourselves a boots on the ground club. We're always doing hands-on service, which is fantastic. That's part of the reason I joined. A big part of the reason I joined was the friendship. I can honestly say my best friends are now all in my club. And when I have a very long Wednesday, when we have our club meetings on Wednesday nights, that's what motivates me. I know I'll feel better coming out of the meeting. But then also just the amount of professional development and leadership and personal skills I've been able to develop that I had no idea I'd be able to when I joined.
Nice. So it's like learning and growing with Rotary.
Yes.
So you are a Rotary staff member for Learning Center and also at a district position. How many Learning Center courses have you completed?
Completed and in progress are 2 different questions.
Okay, we will also take in progress.
Progress.
How many courses you have taken on Milo?
Sure. Completed, it's probably about between 30 and 40, but we have about 100, just over 100 just in English. And I am in progress in most of those, or reviewed or worked on most of those. We have over 1,000 courses total in over 20 different languages. So there's lots of content on the Learning Center for folks to access.
Yep. So you're from Chicago and we have our One Rotary Center there. What is the most special thing about the One Rotary Center?
There is just a feeling when you come to One Rotary Center, and when you go up to the 18th floor, which is the top floor where there's the boardroom and all the offices of the president nominee, elect president, and just feeling the history in those rooms. But then you look out the windows and you can see beautiful Lake Michigan and the downtown Chicago skyline and out to the western suburbs. It's just a really incredible, special place. And it's just that feeling you get when you're there.
Amazing. So in Rotary, we have a lot of focus for youth. So which is your favorite youth program which Rotary has initiated?
Well, it's a tie for 2. I would say 3, but Rotaract is no longer a program. It's a membership type now. My first big immersion in Rotary was being on my district's RILA committee, the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards Committee. So I was on that just until this past year when I realized I only have so much time in my day. But RILA has always been a close passion for me. And this past year, I was able to help found an Interact club with sponsored by my club. So RILA and Interact are my 2 favorite youth programs. These are the ones I have the most experience with.
All right. So next, what are you more fond of, books or YouTube videos?
I'm going to say books, but I have a very extensive YouTube subscription list as well that, in the morning when you're getting ready, you scroll through, but definitely at the end of the night, sitting with a book and a cup of tea with the dog curled up on your lap. It's just perfect.
The last one, Are you a PHF, a Paul Harris Fellow?
I have been a Paul Harris Fellow since my first year as a member, and 2 or 3 years ago, I was able to join the Paul Harris Society. So I'm now currently a Paul Harris Fellow +3. I just got my +3 last year after joining the Paul Harris Society.
Amazing. So this was our first segment. And now let's go to the second segment where we can help the audience who have joined in. So you being a Rotary staff member and taking care of the Learning Center. So many members. So Rotary has been there from a century and so many things change. How much of leadership has changed. And we are trying to incorporate everything in the Learning Center, I believe. So if you can tell the audience what is Learning Center and how it can be beneficial for them.
Sure. This is what I love and get really excited about. So the Learning Center is an online center of interactive courses and modules and resources for all Rotary members. And there's courses for non-members to access as well. So anybody can make an account on My Rotary to access the Learning Center. And what the Learning Center does is, from Rotary positions, since that's what most folks think about, for Rotary, Rotaract officer positions, you get your basic information about your club roles or doing grants or projects, Rotary Basics, Rotary Foundation Basics, those are all there. However, there is also tons more content on professional development, our alliance with Toastmasters. There is an entire series of courses on public speaking. How do you prepare a speech, deliver a speech, be inspiring, which can be a very intimidating thing for a lot of people. Our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, we have a battery of courses there, and we're constantly adding new courses all the time. So if you keep in touch with our social media channels at Rotary Learn, or checking out our course catalog in PDF on My Rotary, you'll constantly see those new courses updated. And it's a great place to get that baseline information of what are the basics I need to know, so that when you come to in-person events at your club, at your district, at your zone, or your international level, depending on how far you get, you're able to have a lot deeper conversations and really get into that rich discussion of, here's where we are. Salona, you mentioned change and development. How can we change? How can we make this better? How do we push Rotary into the next 100 years, next 117, 118 years? Because if we stay where we are, we won't develop, we won't grow. So how do we grow together? And starting with the Learning Center is how we build that path.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I hope everyone got a lot of clarity, like with the Toastmasters, with a lot of learning opportunities. One more thing we have noticed that a lot of people, when they join Rotary, they just know few things, like it's been there for a century, or it's an NGO, or it's working for youth. So when a new Rotarian joins, what are the top 5 courses would you suggest him or her to take on the Learning Center?
I'm actually going to suggest one learning plan, which is a group of courses. It's a new one we just launched in this last year called New Member Basics. And what this learning plan is, it has Rotary basics. So you can learn about the history, what Rotary does, our areas of focus, all of those things, all of those acronyms and alphabet soup that Rotary likes. We put letters together, you get some clarity there. It has Rotary Foundation basics, which I know for a lot of people, they get excited about the foundation, but it can also be a little murky of understanding how it works and what are the recognition levels. How do I qualify for a grant? It has a Rotary's Action Plan in You. Our action plan drives what we do. It helps put what we do into action. We are people of action. So taking that course, it has our Committee to Diversity, Equity, Inclusion. Fantastic place to go, the New Member Basics Learning Plan. You just enroll in that one learning plan. It automatically gives you all of those basic courses in one click.
So yes, New Member Basics it is. Now, when we go a step up, so we have members who know, but a lot of times when somebody takes up a leadership position, they are like confused or they're in dilemma. Of course, there are past presidents and the wisdom people who can guide them, but how can Learning Center help our presidents, secretaries, our board members to prepare for their tenure? So any
We
courses
also
for
have
them?
Yes, we also have learning plans for them too. We've got learning plans for everybody at both the district and the club level. I know when I stepped into club leadership, it was a little intimidating. There had been leaders who had had that role several times, and then I came in, it was my first Rotary leadership role. And starting with, for club presidents, we've got 2 for you. We've got Club President Basics, which we recommend you take before your president-elect training seminar, which is a district or multi-district wide event that helps educate presidents on what they need to know. There's also a Club President Intermediate that pushes that next level. There's Secretary and Treasurer Basics that are also there for those 2 roles of what do I need to report financial wise? How do I add a member into my Rotary so that they count and we have everyone accounted for, and the managing data, all those pieces. All that basic information are in those learning plans. Now, your district, your area, your club, your zone may have different things as well, but that foundation, what's the same for everybody, are going to be in those courses or in those learning plans and in the courses in those learning plans. If you're nervous about a district role, there's also district level learning plans as well. So you name the Rotary role, we've got probably something for you. Maybe not something specific, but something related to help you in that role.
So yes, for all new leaders, maybe serving at club, district, or even a zone level, there is a course for you. So go check out the Learning Center. So we are on to our last question, and the new year has started. The new theme is Create Hope in the World. So what is your mantra to create hope in the world?
So I have always held in my values that I'm a lifelong learner. And when President Gordon came out with the Create Hope in the World, and him telling his story of how he came up with this theme, it immediately brought me back to one of my favorite quotes. It's by Confucius, and it's education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, hope breeds peace. So as a lifelong learner, I'm constantly learning and constantly gaining confidence and learning about myself, about my community, about other communities worldwide. And through that understanding and learning, that's how we bring peace. We bring those connections together. So that Create Hope in the World ties so closely in with peace. And my personal belief is we get there through education and learning.
And Learning Center is the best platform.
And Learning Center is the place to start. Yes.
Yep. So thank you so much, Amy, for joining with us. And thank you so much for helping us with Learning Center. I hope we have more people joining in and more people taking out courses from the Learning Center. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Saloni.